Quincy, what'd you think? I know you listened to the Schwartz press conference. What'd you think of the hire and what you heard?
Adult in the room. That's what I got, right? Like, I've said this on this show a couple of times. Everybody's going to get wrapped up in their favorite name for defensive coordinator hire, but it's more about just getting somebody competent, right? Because this defense has Myles Garrett. This defense has 3 really good corners. This defense is a really promising linebacker. You don't need a genius. You need competence. And Jim Schwartz is the epitome of competence. I would compare the change on defense to this. Joe Woods, when that defense was working, that was a McLaren, right? It was a fine Italian sports car. It was fast and furious. But what's the problem with the McLaren? It's not practical to go. You can't put your groceries in it. One thing breaks down on it, the whole thing's in the shop, right? Like you can't, it's not robust. It's not a very robust machine. It's not very practical. What Jim Schwartz is a Ford F-150. He is a nice, reliable, durable pickup truck. No, you're not winning any races with it. You're not going to be best in class in all of these categories with it. And nobody's going to turn their head and go, oh my gosh, look at that when you come by with the Ford F-150. But you know what you're going to be? On your way to where you're supposed to be, right? It is a very reliable truck, and it's a good truck. You know, it's not the best one, but it is a good one. And you don't have to worry about maintenance because he's been around so long that if something goes wrong with that truck, right? Ford F-150 been around so long, there is some tutorial to tell you what's wrong and how to fix it, right? With Jim Schwartz, that's what you're getting. Very experienced. He's been around forever. He's ran this defense forever. If something goes wrong, he's probably can counter it. He knows how to fix it. Joe Woods, you know, the brakes go off on that McLaren. He like, I don't know, I gotta take this to a specialist, and then we out for 3 weeks. Like that was the issue this year in the last 3 years. That's the difference, right? It's not gonna reach those highs of Joe Woods. Like when Joe Woods' defense was like firing, it looked incredible. Like we look like the 85 Bears sometimes. But then most of the time it's in the shop, right? And that's what we're trying to avoid. Just consistent, competent defensive play. It don't gotta be the greatest. We don't gotta be top 5 in all these crazy metrics. But if we're in the top 15, the top 10, hey, that's great. That's where we need to be.